Hello again. Um, I'm just gonna touch briefly on being a carnivore. That's who we are right now. That's what was made entirely on purpose to take our God given, docile, loving nature out of us. And you need your protein. You need even fatty proteins, but pork is kind of porky. You know what I'm talking about. Bacon's okay sometimes. Um, my opinion. Uh, yeah, my opinion. 60. Um, okay, let me get back to the point. Uh, if you need your carbohydrates during the morning, um, uh, I would suggest maybe trying just a glass of milk or some cream in your coffee without the sugar. And then I would go or maybe even have a glass of milk and start my day like that. And if you need your carbs, during the day, that's one thing. You can even go on a carb diet. Like, if God's telling you to eat bread, maybe you just need to eat bread. Maybe you actually need that extra sugar, salt, and fat in your system. There's, and then He'll tell you when to cut it out. And if you feel like that salad's a little acidic in your stomach, well, you know what? It probably is. So I would just like stick with the proteins at night, especially at night. They go into your muscles at night. They do, they do. Oh, please listen to me. Damn. Really, really listen to me. This is for your soul too. When you eat your protein, your animal protein, um, that is more closely related and absorbs into your muscles more because that is the way Satan designed us to take us down. Listen to me. Um, uh, when you ask Christ, and that's all Christ given. Um, the salad is representative of the female, and look at the substance of a muscle partaking in that as Christ. So when they're doing these sacrifices, even with food, and excuse the lighting and my wiggling, you guys, I got resin on the floor drying and for the floor being fixed, and it's like really nauseating, but it needs to be done. But anyway, so, whew, a little loopy. Uh, okay. Um, yeah, basically, if you're going in the mindset with Christ in your heart as you're partaking in that, you'll be able to digest it more. It's then you see people who think, oh my God, and they're just shoving all this food in their face like continuous, like meat, and you know, um, and it's like they don't digest it and they just become one big ball of meat. I'm not saying you have to eat meat every day. Do not get me wrong. I'm allergic to nuts, but I really would love or I can have sunflower seeds. They're not as bad on me. But I can't have orange juice either. And pears are in a lot of things for sweeteners, which is a real quick into your system, too much sugar type of thing. And that's in a lot of juices as natural sweeteners. So they'll write it off as natural with the pear juice in there. And yeah, I'm the expert. And I just wanted to tell you with the mindset of Christ to partake of your meals with that mindset. Listen really close what your soul and your gut is telling you. And I love you. Have a good day. And like I say, oh, two things. I talk a lot with my hands because that actually, and I do know American Sign Language. So um, thanks for bearing with me. Uh, um, everybody. Uh, so I do talk a lot with my hands. The Masons do too. So whatever they do, I made my own and mixed with American Sign Language, and that makes it a little more expressive. So when you're deep and you're talking to me, I'm understanding everything you're saying because my father taught me, and then Christ taught me. So it's like a double whammy. And then the Masons taught me. And now Satan's teaching me. Well, he's been trying to school me all along, but who's schooling who? You know, when they got to try and mimic a Christian in order to even look like they're half human, you know. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, so excuse my pointing, and I know it's like, no, it's not like that. I'm not no better than anybody. I went through trials and tribulations with God telling me what to do, and I didn't, just like I named my son Lucas Jonah, and Jonathan David thinks he's king, and he'll come back to God too, and so will Lucas Jonah. But and Luke's got the ability to heal people just like I do, and Jonathan's got the intuitiveness and mindset to be, they both could lead people more than what they're doing in their lives. And sons, if you see this someday, I love you. I want to respect you. And that's a big deal with me in everybody's life. I don't care who you are. If you can't respect me, there is something wrong in your head. And that's the fact of the matter. That'd be like me not respecting God. I would be really retarded, regressive. And that's Satan's big point too, is making us regressive. He's the biggest liar. There's nothing that a Satanist won't lie about because that's their job, you know. So don't feel bad about anything, and listen to your gut instinct with your food, and it's really, really important. Let's see, anything else? Pretzels are good with the salt, and the salt is natural. They say don't eat salt, and heart disease and all that stuff. If you drink enough water and you drink milk or something with it, sugar's really not good to mix with the salt, and neither is the fat. But if you have a low fat, like a pretzel, pretzels are most excellent with peanut butter or cream cheese, and then water or milk, and that's like a mini meal. Beef jerky, I think I might have covered that in the morning. Get up and have beef jerky. If you got to work hard, put it in your pocket. I'll make it. And, you know, you don't put all that crap in it. Just take some salt, throw it on some meat, you know, a little more than you would salt it if you were going to, after you cook it, a little bit more, not much. And, you know, cut it in strips and salt it, mix it, let it set overnight. If you want pepper in there or hot sauce, garlic, and the garlic ones you got to freeze or put in the refrigerator, but the other ones, and you dry them in your stove. Put them over the racks in your stove and have the door ajar on the very lowest setting, just a tiny little bit ajar. And after about 8 hours, start checking the tiniest pieces will start getting done. And you put them in your pocket. You got them all day at work. And then if you have a water or milk or sport drink or something like that, you'll be like lean and mean, fighting machine, you know. So and that is why the Masons are so very scared of the MK Ultra, because that's not anything to do with Satan. When you try and mess with God's kids and they're smarter than you, guess what's going to happen? Especially when you got two of them ganging up on you. And they're just as smart. Well, not I'm not as smart as God, but Christ is. But I'm tough, maybe not as tougher, but just as tough in that extreme, like back-to-back situation. And you don't want to mess with two kids that are protecting their father, and that's what this is all about. Because they want God dead, and they want to kill his kids and make them cry. And I've seen my father cry. And you don't want to cross that. And yes, I am pointing my finger. Any Masons that think you're playing a little game, when I get my hands on you, when God says go, if he does, if we can't work this out, God's going to say go, I'll rip this flipping world apart. Me and Christ. And all the others that are joining in. And we'll rip this bitch up with you right on it. and then we'll leave you in the hash browns with nothing. And they're just look at it like this: the 7th floor was taken out, and you can't pass it because you don't have the ship. And that's the bottom line. You need to understand that. Now, I'm going to recommend, for if you want to understand a little more deeper biology and go into things, I'm going to recommend somebody right now, and you should listen up. His name is Og Tellez, Tellez, Og, A-U-G, Og Tellez. And on his page, whatever you're interested in, and even if you're not, you might want to check into it, because there is the biology and the mechanics of life right there, and exactly Christ's bloodline that will explain to you the mechanics of the whole biology of the genome and everything, the pinnacle of creation, the pillars, and what can move and what can't move, and who has the ability to create, because not all men are created equal, and not everybody can be creators. You need to get that straight. You can create when you earn that right. And on this plane of existence, you have no rights. Satan has no rights. And Queen of England, I'm telling you what, I'll see you again in chains. We've been there before, lady. I gave you a chance. Well, I ain't going to call anybody that partakes of human flesh a lady. You animal. You're not even an animal. You're I wouldn't even say barbaric. You're retarded. Your inbreeding has left you utterly retarded. I'm slightly retarded next to my actual nature, to come here and grab babies. And bitch, you're not one of them. Just get that straight. You're not walking in my house. None of your filthy reptilian bloodline will make it past go. And they're all beat. And I'll stop you. I'll stop you dead, because I'll stop your heart right now if you'd like. Come and meet me. Anybody, you want to come up against that? That's okay. When the light shines with my Father through me, you'll faint. So have fun messing with me now. I'm serious. And all these people you heard every day, all these little women and girls trying to make families and homes, and the men trying to go to work and spend time with their children and be attentive to their wives, and all the interruptions and all the stupid forefathers that have to carry their sins into the next generation and pass it on to justify what they did the generation before. Get over yourselves, because you're not going nowhere. Your soul's, you know, I'm going to tell you what. Just come here and let me slap you in your head about like every 10 seconds, and I'll give you an example of hell. Do you think you're ever going to sleep? Because that's what you're doing to every good person on this planet. When you're a father and you don't do things right, you're the leader of that family. God's got a special place for you. Don't you understand that? Do you think you're going to rest in peace? That's the most ludicrous flippin' saying I've ever heard in my life. So, okay, it's 14, 10, 11, 12. I love you.